What kind of secret identity could President Biden have in terms of Ukraine? And here's what happened. A secret email address that seems to be really only used. It was a secret email address. Not that that's unheard of for someone of that stature, being a vice president at the time, to have a pseudonym or an alias. But it seems like it was only utilized or mainly utilized to deal with two things: Ukraine, and specifically CC'd, of course, Hunter Biden.
It's one thing to have an alias so that like you can email your friends and, not have something forwarded when you're a very famous person. It's quite another to do it for a bank account and to somehow hide the money.
Was this a culture of the Obama administration at the time to obscure oversight, to obscure FOIA practice, getting records, getting the things that the public and transparency the public needs by using a pseudonym to further things that they didn't want the public to know about?
Right, and these are a little bit different even because it's not only stuff they don't want the public to get involved in. This specific instance in conversation was with the president of Ukraine and, of course, had to do with Burisma.
Joe Biden went to Ukraine and put pressure on Poroshenko to fire the prosecutor that was looking at corruption in Burisma.
Yeah.
And so when you see that this is dated on May 27th, that it has to do with the a phone call with the president of Ukraine and Hunter Biden is CC'd, when you hear the statement of what Joe Biden bragged about, he bragged about it when he was out of office.
I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a got fired.
He literally had a fake name in order to get money from foreigners. And that's a little crazy. That is pure corruption. But yet, all of Washington, D.C., has decided to put 91 charges on Donald Trump. Think about that. 91 charges on Donald Trump. But the guy who, while in office, used a pseudonym in order to get foreign money is somehow escaping any type of charges, any type of indictment.
Who is CC'd? The only person CC'd on these emails other than Robert Peters, which is, that was at the time Vice President Biden's fake name, if you will, was, of course, Hunter Biden. And, of course, these were all found released by the archives and retrieved from the Hunter laptop, is where these were all found. I don't think anyone would be surprised if a president or a vice president had an alias. I mean, doesn't feel like any sort of big stretch of the imagination, but it feels like from what they've uncovered, it is the point of this alias. And that was not to just protect generally the president and vice president. They're able to email about whatever. It always seems to come back to two things, and that is some situation in Ukraine and specifically with Burisma and Hunter Biden.
Join the ACLJ in the fight to keep America free.